Cool. Hello, my name is Nakia Shade. I am a nationally award-winning author and artist. I've worked with Dark Horse Comics. For this, let's bring it out. For this comic, Climate Keepers, Agents of Project Zero, as the author, character designer for all the characters except this guy. And I've also been like the storyboard artist, and I've also did the preliminary cover design as well. I'm also an America's Next Great Author semi-finalist 2022, and I'm also the creator of Song of Wata, which is a audiobook, Masala fiction drama on YouTube, and I just finished season 1 last month, so I'm actually on a bit of a break before I start on the next season 2, where I start season 2 chapters, so I'm just not in a rush. Today though, I'm going to talk a bit about stuff I would have told myself 5 years ago, starting out as an author and an artist. And some of the lessons I learned and obstacles I overcome and advice that I wish that I had. I'm going to leave this on the screen for a little bit. And I'm trying something new with vertical on YouTube, because now we have that apparently. We have vertical on YouTube, which is great, and we have horizontal. So anyone that's joining me on vertical, feel free to let me know if there's anything weird with the setup, because I'm new to it and I didn't make a secondary thing for the vertical layout. I kind of just kept it the way it was. So let me know if anything gets kind of funky or kind of weird layout wise, and I can do my best to fix it. So today, it's a draw and chill or a color and chill. I finished the coloring page. This is last month's, no, sorry. This is this month's coloring page. And so this is what I'm going to be coloring today. You can grab this from my Nakia Shade Masala Dramas club on School, SKOOL. And I'll drop that in the chat so you can visit if you'd like to. You can color along with me today, or you're welcome to do this digitally. Traditionally, you can grab it from nakiashade.com. So you can grab this coloring page from. It's free, so you can grab it. And I just designed it yesterday, or not yesterday, actually. Oh gosh, when did I design this? I want to say I designed this a couple days ago, actually. If not a couple days ago, then a week or so ago. Time flies. Let me see. And also, my setup today is kind of bad. The lights are a bit too bright. It's just a little off. So I have to do a little adjusting tonight. And my camera is being a little weird on my phone. I had to delete stuff on there, so I had extra storage tonight. Okay. When did I stream? Oh, it's telling me I have 2 live streams. That's interesting. Yeah, YouTube's doing some cool stuff with streaming now. I think they're really trying. I streamed 4 days ago. That's when I finished that one. Okay, cool. Cool. I know that they just announced the update for this. I want to say like a couple days ago. So this is new for me to see how it looks. I didn't. I don't hate it honestly. It looks okay. Okay, cool. Everything's looking good stream wise. I've dropped the link. So I dropped the link to the coloring page nakiashade.com, so you can grab it from there. That's what it looks like. I mean, it's a little bigger and it's more full than that, but that's like a sneak peek of what it looks like. But that I'm going to be doing today, I will be coloring that. I'll be yapping a bit about like my past self level up, like what I would have told myself 2 years ago, or no, 5 years ago, um, with the experiences that I've had with like creating this drama and running my own independent like studio and working on this comic with Dark Horse Comics, and how like a turning point of wanting to work with like state and local and like federal like companies, how that's so it'll be like little technical stuff, little fun stuff. But before I get into all that, I also want to tell you that I have greeting cards available at Bold Coffee and Books in Portland, Oregon. You can grab those at Bold Coffee and Books. They sell them there. I have all of the ones that I usually have for sale there that are available, and they make great gifts. I can show you what they look like, but this is Bold Coffee and Books in Portland. I have all my greeting cards that I have available for sale. I'm actually gonna this year I'm probably gonna try to do something a little different where I'm like going to sign them, and then when I have consignment with them, because I think that makes them more valuable, especially for people that are out of town, that are visiting from different countries or something. Like they might want that special aspect of it. And the other thing I'm gonna try tonight, while if I'm able to, because I'm curious. I don't think I can live stream on Instagram with StreamYard, but I'm pretty sure I can live stream with my iPad. So I'm kind of curious, but honestly, they're not my like big top priority. But I'll try it. If it works on my phone. I know I had to like do a couple updates and stuff, and it got really frustrating. But we'll see. That's an optional thing tonight. So what I want to share is what the greeting cards look like. These are my greeting cards. They're from my audiobook, Masala drama, Song of Wata. This is Sela. She is the youngest founding daughter of Kaori Cascadia. So she is the pirate. She's the one that becomes the pirate in the family. And this is Niambe. She's the eldest founding daughter of Kaori Cascadia, and she's the griot. And so these cards are printed on this really nice, kind of matte, kind of shiny paper. And as you can see on my wall, hold on, you can't really see it. On my wall, I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have like 8 styles so far. These are started in 2024, 2025. For 2026, I'm gonna have new styles for members in my school community. So if you join my school community, then I'll release ones that are specific to the school community, that like public doesn't have access to, because like these are sold through Bold Coffee and Books. So like they have these, but I haven't released a new design yet that's available for them. And even these are going to get a little bit of an update as well, with the story and everything and like the back and stuff. So I'll share more of that. In the school community, I kind of break things down a bit so you guys can kind of learn a bit more. But this is what this one. This is what My God, my hair is flattering. This is what this one looks like. Very nice. It's all paper collage. So I'm also like a paper collage artist. I do digital collage as well. So this is what this one looks like. And let's see if I can get for once the stream and the glare isn't bad. This is what the back of the cards look like, and this is like, you know, a snippet of a story and a QR code to like learn more. And this one is blank on the inside, so I can show you. I get these printed locally. So, like, I'm based in Oregon and I get these printed out in Washington. And the company is very cool. They're really sweet. They always do a really good job. They're 9-cent color copies, the name of the company. So, this is like really high quality paper. It's not going to smudge. Like, you know, sometimes you want to, oh, I have to do it weird for the vertical. Oh my God. Okay, I'm not going to get used to this. Um, when I get them printed, I get really nice high quality paper. And so this is what it looks like on the inside. You can write with marker, write with Sharpie, write with colored pencil. You have a lot of options here. And so that's what it looks like on the inside. And in case I didn't get it in vertical for whatever reason, this is what it looks like in the back. And this is what it looks like in the front. And this goes against everything I've learned about modeling the cards by holding it in a weird way. So I apologize. I'm trying to do 2 different formats because I can't go out of the bounds too much or else it's going to look weird. But yeah, this is this one. And this one is the one with Sela. She's the youngest founding daughter of Carrie Cascadia. You can take a little closer look and you can see this is like a print, but it's all paper collage. I like my original canvases somewhere in the garage. But yeah, and the story on the back is a little different. These were made before the story is where it is now, so you kind of get like a little bit of lore, a little bit of like a teaser of like what's to come. Because if you haven't watched it yet, season 1 of Song of Wata, Sela can't access her Mami Wata powers yet. Yet that's for season 2. So you're kind of getting an idea of what her powers look like a little bit before we even get there. Oh, a bit of this over here, which is, you know, intentional. Sometimes the art follows the story first, so that's what it looks like. And this is also playing on the inside, but I wrote something on the inside. I don't want to show you. But what I can say, hold on, maybe I can show it. What I can say is like this is acrylic marker and it's not bleeding through. So just so you know. Okay. I have a list of things I want to share with you guys tonight. So we did that. I'm gonna add this back to the stage so y'all can take a look at this. I'm gonna grab some water and then we'll talk about some stuff I'd tell my past self. I thought about like playing like a game or something, like maybe Balatro or something, but I don't know how that works because I'm streaming on like LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitch and YouTube. So I don't know if I stream Balatro on LinkedIn, if that's going to be like a problem or not for LinkedIn. I don't know for sure, but like we'll see. Because if you don't know, I love Balatro and it's a good game. Okay. I just want to make sure the stream's looking good on Twitch. It seems to be doing good. Okay. The other thing is, if I did want to stream that, I probably could just make like another stream. So I could stream, I could do the coloring page now and then break up the stream so that I have another video that goes live with a gameplay. I might do that. That might be something I try. Just because I kind of want to focus on more than time tonight. It's been a long day for me. I got some cool stuff done for another um, brand, like with my book and um, getting a website done. And I'm looking at a couple other cool things um, related to like publishing an ebook, and like I finally have access to my author page from Amazon, because when I like worked with Dark Horse, like they put up my author page, but I didn't have access to it, and I haven't had access to it since the comic got published. So I was like, I'm gonna start publishing my books. Like I want to have access to that page, so to make a second page. Like how does that work? So I'm still not 100% sure if it's like if I have complete access to it, because I see that my um, like profile photo isn't updated yet, and neither is my bio. But I'm thinking it might take a bit of time, so maybe that's why. But like we'll see, I guess. I mean, I literally just got it back today, so it might take a bit more time. Um, so I'm gonna grab that water, and I will be right back. Then we'll start the color and chill and a little yap session. I did think that I was gonna try something else today, uh, but I don't think I will. StreamYard is not like, because I did use OBS initially when I first started streaming, but like I don't like it anymore. I like StreamYard a lot more. I think it's more flexible for what I'm trying to do, and I think it's good for this because I can stream across like 4 different platforms, and then everybody can like watch my stuff. I'm gonna stop yapping. I'm gonna try to find this other video so you guys have something to watch. Episode 9, chapter 9, episode 9. Uh, hmm. I mean, I have chapter 8. That's fine. We can put chapter 8 on. I realized that you can't. No, you can't actually. I was thinking that you can't hear it because it's not on Chrome, but I have it here.
This is Song of Wata.
Okay, I'll write that.
Written, illustrated, and narrated by Nakia Shade, with music composed by Tawny Marie Edwards, Queen of Goldfish, a serialized audiobook drama and Masala fiction published by Masala Studios Incorporated. Chapter 8, Sela's Lighthouse. Look, those are your burdens, Niambe, not mine. I need to discover Cascadia and make my own choices, live my own life. Okay? I'm not a kid anymore. I know you're not a child. That's what scares me. Just remember those words when you come crawling back to Carrie. Mary John rocks won't heal Baba or protect our legacy. I don't want it. Pawn it off like you did with my gifts in Portigoro. Let her. At least someone wants it. I met her too, Sela. My grief is not smaller than yours. Sorry, Mrs. Malik. Your back was hurt from lying down all day. Shut up. The slap cracks with the lightning. Sela hits back. Harder. 4 months of loneliness are almost over, but the sea remembers every kindness and every betrayal. In 14 minutes, Niambe will hug Sela again. News of Ambassador Delphine's offshore platform hums to the radio. We take you live to the platform off the Cascadia coast, 15 miles from the famous Hesita Head Lighthouse, home to Sister Vivian's, a private academy for. The space heater blasts warmth against Niambe's damp skin as the radio booms with a report from Sister Vivian's office. The smell of chalk and sardines fills the air, thick and lingering, as Niambe passes the checkpoint, offering the 88-year-old sailor turned teacher a lacquered box of chocolate hazelnut and marionberry currant tarts from Carrie's famed bakery, La Serena. Masalama, Sister Vivian. Masalama, Niambe. Sela is a handful, but lately she's been less so. Glad to see you're rubbing off on her. Sela has a mind of her own, thankfully, sister. I'd like to keep it that way. The space heater hums. Chalk dust drips through the air into the main hallway. Then, perfume, laughter, bright voices. The sound of 11 women rushing over at the sight of the lacquered boxes. Salam, Mrs. Malik. Thank you so much. Mrs. Malik, we sing along to your songs every day. We even recorded your gala performance on VCR. Can I have an autograph? Their excitement washes over her. Niambe smiles, signing greeting cards, notebooks, even the blue cast on Eve's arm. Their warmth reminds her of the elementary-age foster girls she mentors on weekends at the youth center. Ronnie, perched on her shoulder, becomes the new celebrity, petted and praised by a dozen soft hands. Ronnie likes sweets, right? Can she have medley rice pudding? We have extra from this morning's Hanukkah potluck. Thank you. Just one is fine. The serpent squeals, tail rattling, as she leaps on the counter to lap the cinnamon-scented pudding from a glass cup. Mrs. Malik, will you sing for us today? Please? I'm sorry, sisters. Not today. I'm here to see Sela. Aww. The women disperse, yapping and happy. Niambe exhales. Ronnie keeps munching the megwee. You'll find Sela scheming in her lighthouse tower. I'm Jane, her roommate. Jane stands by the door, cream-colored hijab pinned with star-shaped barrettes that catch the light. Thank you, Jane. Where can I leave the gifts for you and the sisters? The pantry closet should be fine. The pantry smells of marionberries, hazelnuts, thyme, and smoked fish. The smells of cowrie. Niambe sets her purse on the table. Glass jars line the shelves, alphabetized and arranged by country of origin, each label written in Sela's neat hand. This is all Sela's idea. She's very precious about the phone booth. That's my Sela, organized and methodical. Outside, the Pacific crashes against the cliffs. Ronnie coils around Niambe's neck, humming softly. From her station on the steps of the lighthouse, they wait. She observes the metal platform 15 miles out. Ambassador Delphine's newest offshore platform partnership with Crescent Oil. The shimmer begins in Niambe's cowls, a cool silvery glimmer rising through her skin. She exhales. For some, comfort means shoes off, or squelching their feet in the grass. For Niambe, it means letting her serpent and sea nature return. Her legs fuse, the serpent's tail unfurling in a shimmery, misty bloom. Scales catch the sunlight, blue, green, and silver, the colors of her ancestors and mother, whispering into water. She flips her tail to the side of the stairs, breathing in rhythm with the sea. Ronnie settles beside her, purring. Now, she's only Mami Wata again. No title, no marriage, no performance. Ronnie chirps, draping herself across Niambe's arms. Salam, Menace, Sela teases. Salam, Big Sis. Salam, Sela. The sisters embrace. Rose petals fall from Niambe's hair. Niambe's diamond tears fall at Sela's feet. I know you said no crying, but I'm just so happy to see you. Sela smiles, though envy flickers behind her blue, half-serpent eyes. She has never been able to transform into a Mami Wata. Her knees still ache from childhood illness. The ocean's tax for mercy, Mama used to call it. Well, time to go inside. No, Mimi. Sela touches her hand, pulling her into a hug and patting her upper back. Just stay with me out here a little longer. Yambe softens. All right. Sela flexes her toes in the wet sand, then sits in front of Nyambe on the steps. The ocean hushes around them. Nyambe twists the cap off the bottle of shea and castor oil. Sela picks up a smooth.
Let's solo this and then I'll get started. I just need to grab one other thing and then we'll get started. And that was chapter 8, by the way, for Song of Wata season 1. Just realized that it's not showing up exactly the way it needs to on vertical. I'm not liking this. I'll be honest, the vertical thing is kind of dumb. Like if I wanted to stream in vertical, I could. And the only reason I chose to do it is because you can do it with YouTube now. Otherwise, I don't think it was possible. And I only wanted to try it to see if it would make anybody that's joining me on mobile more inclined to watch the stream because there's more of like an access point. But I'm starting to think this might be kind of doomed because not really. I think I have a viewer from Twitch, so welcome, welcome. If you're lurking, welcome. I have a couple of people that come in on Twitch, but like they just lurk, which is totally fine. And then I get people from YouTube that just pop in for like 10 seconds and then leave. Oh, I was gonna grab my cloth because it's right down the screen. I can use this one too. Thought I'd pop in today and give myself a break from working on stuff. To work on this, but this isn't stressful for me. I feel a little more relaxed and less. What's the word? When I work on these coloring pages, I feel more chill. That's what I want to be. I don't have any music because I don't think StreamYard got advanced. So if anyone's on Twitch and you're used to music and like a full stream with all the fancy bells and whistles, you're welcome to send me a Cash App so I can I can get that going. Actually, let me go ahead and put that in here. Just in case anybody does want to. And then I also have the giveaway that I mentioned on last stream, which is still happening, by the way. Greeting cards are available in a giveaway. You have to follow me on socials and then join tier two on my community. The glare there is so bad. Okay. So with this one in particular, I'm just gonna leave it there. It's fine. It gives people something to look at. Off into the street. For this one, this is a scene of Niambe and her mom. So this is Niambe in chapter 10 or 11, somewhere in Act 2. And so I'm just showcasing like that eternal moment that they have going on. So yeah, the gift giveaway is until the 17th of this month, and I'll draw 4 winners. And then Act 1 is done. I have to like stick to the same thing, I can't call it season 1 or Act 1. This Act 1 is on my YouTube channel. Great. Okay. So, like I mentioned with this one, is Niambe and her mother. And I messed around with some like test colors, but they look too dark to me. So I think I'm gonna add it. Like I'm still gonna do some test colors, but um, I'm just gonna see like that looks nice. I'm gonna just mess around and see. I can make her look more like water and less like I don't know. And I know there's some good tutorials on YouTube. It already looks brighter. Honestly, this is really not accurate because what I'm seeing on my screen is a little more mid-tone, and what you're seeing is like too bright. So it's not very accurate, and that's probably because I have like different light source, and then the camera is not very good. It's an old camera that I'm using, an old phone, so it's probably not that sophisticated to like pick up all this stuff. I will say that this is a bit too bright. So I do a couple of stages. I do that um, preliminary stage of the sketch. Then I do another preliminary stage with the coloring because I might not like. And this is all like kind of like what I've learned with storyboarding. I worked on Dark Horse um, comic keepers, so that I learned from mentors, from Nickelodeon and Disney, and Netflix artists, Larissa Brown and Haley Cleveland. So I learned from them to do a bit more of this kind of stuff, and it's very helpful. Then I'm thinking I wanted something abstract, and I'm starting to think I don't want anything abstract. I want something clear, concrete. Because she's the mother is the Yamaya is the Pacific Ocean, the literal Pacific Ocean. So I wanted her to kind of have this kind of vast, expansive template. You can't really see it very well at all. I can't believe it's not showing up the way it actually is. Hold on, let me see if I can fix it. It's not super good. It's okay. Um, you can hear people in the background. I apologize. So with this one, it's supposed to feel like magical and mystical and um because at this in this point of the story, Niambe shaved her hair. And that happened in the last chapter. So that's why she's bald. Um because y'all know that Niambe's hair is like this. And she looks like this. So I've been on YouTube and watching like this one artist, and I think I don't know where she's from, but she created like a Barbie mermaid, like and the Nutcracker, for like this generation, and her models look so good, and it was just really cool to like observe how she made it for like this generation, but it felt like what I watched growing up. I loved watching that stuff growing up. Again, I'm still exploring. If you didn't know, Song of Wata, they're Mami Wata, so they're these African, West Central Pan African water spirits, goddesses, and deities. And so they also turn into mermaids, turn into snakes, and they're just like human women. So when I was thinking about the designs, I was like, okay, they're not fish, they're snakes. They have snake skin and snake like features because they're snakes. And so as I like work on it, um, I'm just reminded that I always have to like think snake and not fish. So like the reflections on the scales and like the textures, the type of brushes, that all matters because it gives you like a different kind of look, a different kind of impression, things like that. Like I think even this brush might be a bit too weird. There was a really good brush that I had. I think it might have been this one actually. Yeah, I think this was this one. Yeah. So and yeah, that's what I have to remember when I'm drawing them. Like Sela, oh you can't see it on mobile. Sela as snake like tail, but it has like it's a weird like fishy element. And so that's where that came from. That kind of like look on their tails. It just came from like thinking about snakes, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna go in this direction and see what happens. Now, what I like about snakes is the way that they look. Have I touched a snake in person? Accidentally. I know some people, some artists that I know have like snakes as pets or as a hobbyist type of thing. And I thought she's like the coolest person. Her family does that in like shows and stuff. That was pretty cool. Um, but I don't have any snake pets, and I don't particularly think um, when I live in a new like place, I don't think that would be a very wise thing. The other thing with this one is she is a Pacific Ocean, but there is going to be interference from the oil, and so thinking about how that's going to play out, I don't know why. I might try to find like a nice image I could use to photo bash with to get the right like look, but I do want this kind of weird funky texture here because she's the Pacific Ocean and the rest of it is all oil that she's dealing with um or combating. So I want something like that where it just feels like the mother is protecting the daughter from this oil and this pollution and this danger because she wasn't able to before. So the topic for today's video is my past self level up. And we're going to talk about some of the challenges. And it kind of already was a little bit, but I'll be a bit more precise. So when I cut this down with later for like shorts and reels and stuff, that'll be a little easier for me to do. But basically, what's like one of the lessons I've learned from 5 years ago. One of the lessons I learned, I tell myself as I'm leveling up, is continue to challenge what people think about you. And by that I mean you go to different like business rooms or you are in different classes or something, and I didn't feel like I was the expert and I didn't feel like I was like the best. That's completely good because that means I have the opportunity to learn something new and learn it from somebody who's willing to want to teach me because I have that beginner mindset. I don't even know what the oil spill looks like. I gotta get the right colors so this doesn't look weird otherwise. But again, I'm just messing around. I don't know for sure if I'm gonna need to keep this. I do. Well, I'm taking it muddy. The other thing I would tell myself is it's good that I'm getting uncomfortable trying new things. And by that, I mean it's good that I'm trying new things, period, but that it doesn't feel comfortable. It feels weird. For instance, like what was this? 2021. I was learning how to work out. I was learning how to use Instagram. I was learning how to use Instagram and posting like every day. I had a different Instagram that I would post, and I was learning how to post um, little blogs, I guess, of what I was doing on campus because I never lived on my own before that. I lived with family and stuff, and so I lived with my parents and stuff, and so I wanted to feel close to people, and I wanted people to get to know me, but I was still like really shy, and I didn't really want to talk to people, or bring them over to my house or nothing. So I just thought about like, how can I like let people in without letting people in? And so creating vlogs were cool. And so I actually made vlogs, and I was able to get interviewed for like a student. Was it a newsletter? Oh, let me find it. Damn, I. Okay, I found it. Okay, I'm gonna share this. I actually would love to download this. I don't know why it's on like a different country's Instagram. Like, why is it a different language? Uh, yeah. Um, Let me do that. Whoops. Let me pull it out. Okay. So this is what it looks like. It was called Damn Diverse. And it was during my time at LSU. And yeah, it was just a little like spotlight on me. And, you know, I'll read it. It's like, my name is Nakia Shade. I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. And I spent a good amount of time of I spent a good amount of my life living in Oregon. Today, I enjoy who I am, a cultural woman. I celebrate my culture, fashion, food, and traditions to show up authentically me. My life experience helped me develop resilience and determination for my daily life and be kind towards others, towards people. I wasn't always brave. Being raised in a Muslim community and part of an African Asian American culture was like living in Harry Potter. There's a whole other mysterious lifestyle that others in my Christian side family didn't understand. At times it was cool, other times isolating. Bullying, I wanted to be like wanted to be liked and accepted were themes of my adolescence. I was thrilled at the innovation and excitement of the media communications and I pursued of entrepreneurship. Brownell Studios is my multimedia production studio. I draw illustrations and write stories that reflect and open up about common experiences in mixed and varied communities. The name's on to my big multicultural family and my belief that each of one of us has a mixture of personality and life experience that makes us unique and irreplaceable. So additionally, I look cute, you know. I look cute. I don't know why this is in German. I think this is in German. I'm almost positive this is in German. I can't be sure. This is me, and I have some art here. Uh, oh, I can continue as myself. Well, yeah, that would be nice to continue as myself, or not. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's some old art. Old art. This is from like a fanfic, and then the smaller one was from another developmental Beauty and the Beast. I think they call it now. It's called something else. I think it's called Ashurasta or Suri. It's either called Ashurasta or Suri. I don't know which one it was. But this was like Tiger Prince. This was an old one. Um, and it was I was working on when I was learning from Larissa Brown and Caleb Cleveland um through OC Art Studios. This was around I think it was a year later that I had that um the Black Artist Scholarship, and then I was able to learn from them. That was really cool. I still looked cute. I always look cute, I always looked on point. I always dressed for my body type. I always dressed really cute. I actually really like this outfit a lot. I think I still have this jacket. The necklace broke, and I don't have that shirt anymore. I turned the shirt into a turban. Um, but yeah. Huh. I think those earrings are gone too. Anyway, um, oh my gosh, I don't even think it went on. No, okay, hold on. To give you my spiel again. So basically, what I was saying was that, hold on. This is an article that I was from my vlogging on campus a couple of times, like a week, I guess. I didn't have a lot of time to vlog on campus, but I vlogged like regardless. And so that caught the attention of one of the gals that ran this like student vlog, like Instagram um stuff. And so she spotlighted me. And so this is my piece. This was from 2020. So this is like 6 years ago. So what I would tell myself then was, yeah, continue to keep doing this kind of uncomfortable stuff. I was not, I was actually, even during that time, just wanting to take up like student media. So I was like a part of the Orange Media Network. I was like on student projects, student film. Um, so that was like a part of like getting out of my comfort zone, doing this kind of stuff. And yeah, I read it, so you guys can like look it up. It's called Damn Diverse, and my article is like from 2020. So yeah, that's what that one is for. So I tell myself to keep going, even though it's hard. So that's number one. Yes, I'm writing these down so I can make a little Instagram post. The second thing I would tell myself is to, yeah, keep dressing up how you want to dress. I I've always dressed well, but I definitely in the last 5 years tried other stuff. Um, Wigs, turbans, braids, shaved head. I tried a lot of different stuff because I wanted to see if it looked cool or not. Um, and I liked it because I got to try new things. There's people live their whole lives never even cutting their hair. I mean, I just tried whatever I thought looked good because I wanted to express myself and I wanted to play around with fashion. I think that's the whole point of fashion is to try new things. And it was my comfort zone, like I dressed like this every day. I didn't get dressed up for this photo shoot. This is like what I would wear to school. I looked like this going to school. I didn't look any different. Um, no, I don't want to. Uh, um, so yeah, like I would dress like this going to school, and I didn't. I didn't care. Like I got a lot of compliments. A lot of girls gave me compliments. A lot of gay guys gave me compliments. People thought I was staff. That was the funny part. Whenever I went to school, I had other faculty and staff think I was faculty or staff because of the way I dressed. So that was a big compliment for me. I could have milked that. I could have been like, yes, I am. You give that assignment. But no, I was not a teacher. I was just having fun and looking good. So I would say keep trying new styles. The other thing with my like level up that I would say is I got a lot of attention from the guys too, not just the gay guys, who actually gave me a lot of good fashion tips. When I went to America as a good author, um, I got some good advice from one of the guys. He's like, "Hold your purse a certain way," and I was like, "Okay." I never thought to do that before. So he was like really kind of. He's like, "Yeah, you just hold your purse this way, and you look way better." I'm like, "All right." So I did, and yeah, that is why I hold my purse a certain way. The other woman do it too, but I didn't know that. It took him to tell me. Just that. What else from this time period? The other thing was definitely to reach out for help. This was definitely like a time in my life where I needed a lot more support academically because, like I said, I'd never been to school like away from home, so it was a huge culture shock for me. But there was something called like Beaver Connect or Beavers Connect, and I enrolled myself in that, and that was the biggest shift for me. I didn't feel alone. I had support, and not many people even use that service. But I made a really like two really amazing mentors. One that I still keep in touch with, and the other faculty mentor. I don't really connect with her too often. Maybe like once a year, I'll reach out to her. But the other peer mentor I had, I always connect with her. She's super cool. She's super chill. I don't think she watches my YouTube, but like, yeah, I, I really, I don't know. I felt really grateful for that service, and I just think it's so important to have stuff like that, especially when you're new. And I was like, yo, it doesn't even matter how old you are, bro. I was like 27, and I reached out to them, and I was like, "Is this for like 19-year-olds?" I was like, "No, I don't care if it's for 19-year-olds. I'm gonna use it anyway," and I did, and it was free for me to use. I just have to show up to my meetings. So yeah, reach out for help. Um, I've dealt with a lot of different challenges in my life, and the only way I've overcame them successfully and broken the chain and broken the cycle is because I got the help that I needed in in different areas. So I would definitely tell myself to keep going, keep getting support, um, and reach out, reach out for that support because you need it. And it's like nobody's business if um, like what kind of support that you need. And I think that's the other thing I learned. Like, keep your problems to yourself. And I only took me up to the last couple of years to realize like nobody cares, and you need to do what's good for you. But keep your problems to yourself, especially in this kind of environments, college and high school or whatever in life. Like, people will use everything, to cause you problems and to just do all kinds of stuff that is not beneficial. And so I would say that I would, having learned now last years, keep it to yourself. That's number three. Keep my problems to myself, and the only people need to know is my therapist. They see it. So I think, especially for women, especially like at the younger age, we're like brainwashed into thinking we need to tell everybody our problems. Nobody cares. Like legitimately, nobody cares unless you're that person's child or loved one. Maybe, but beyond that, nobody gives a crap, dude. I'm telling you. I'm telling you because I used to be the type of person that overshared. Trust me. I overshared so much, I'm surprised people even want me around. And again, it came from like wanting to be liked thing, or even thinking that I had to be liked by people. But it was just like that desire to be liked was there. It was so strong. And except because I didn't love myself enough. I didn't care about myself enough, and I didn't prioritize. I didn't make myself a priority. I always had to be, doing stuff for other people, or I had to be around other people in order to feel like I, mattered, because I didn't love myself. Um, like I truly only did stuff to get people's, validation, and that I think that a lot of women deal with that. But the way out of it, oh, I forgot the reason that isn't doing it is because a lot of women deal with that, and the way out of it is to just make yourself more rarity, like legitimately. But a lot of girls are brainwashed, especially when you come from an Asian culture. Um, to put, like, family first, all this kind of stuff. Okay, I'm just going to put this here, or I'm just going to delete it. Um, and so I had to unlearn that behavior. Like I was like a home care worker for like my grandma. I was like unpaid, and yeah, I love my grandma. I love my family, but there's a time when doing that kind of stuff can literally tear you apart, and that was where I was at. And now I just like hang out with my grandma, and everyone helps take care of my grandma, and I help take care of my grandma when I'm able to. But before it was like too much, and I didn't care because I just wanted that validation and attention. So that's another thing I would tell myself. Like maybe number four would be to prioritize yourself. Like genuinely, like my needs and my wants and my self care and my level up. Like that was like the beginning of my level up, going to school, living away from home, and that was also the beginning of my level up from being a pick me. Thankfully, and I'm not even gonna go into it. If you know, you know. Now I'm not. But back then, my God, goodness gracious. We all deal with it now. I mean, it happens. You can completely bypass it if you just go to the right people and you have the good people around you, good women around you. But we all deal with it when we're young. I was a little older and dealt with it too late. I live in a very strict, brainwashy kind of culture. Um, well, this is looking a little better, I guess. So that's number. I'm gonna break yapping, and I'll come right back. I will resume the episode.
turning it in her palm. Pretty rock, but I'm never getting married. I'd rather be free like the sea. A faint laugh. Mama only married Baba because he built Cowrie. Nyame smiles, pouring oil in her hands. You always say that, but there's plenty of fishermen in the sea for a Mami Wata to catch. Sela sorts. Then, without missing a beat, she leans back and admires Nyambe's hand, her fingers quick and light. Your technique's improved, Nyambe murmurs, running the oil through Sela's curls. I barely noticed. I'm so proud of you. I have lots of time to practice on Sister Vivian, Sela says, and the ring glints between her fingers, freshly pickpocketed. Nyambe pauses, mid-stroke of the vented brush. Sela grins. It's so big, you have to turn it around so the diamond doesn't get stuck in your hair. Obnoxious. I'll take it off your hands. Nice try. His wand will have a fit. I told him to replace it. He refuses. Sela pouts and returns the ring. Name resumes massaging her scalp, slow and rhythmic. The scent of rose, rosemary, and sea salt wraps them both in a cocoon beneath the Douglas firs and the ancient lighthouse wall. Jane is so sweet, Niambe says softly. I'm surprised you have a new roommate. Isn't she your sixth this year? Sela shrugs. She's quiet, keeps to herself. Niambe pauses, fingers still working through the curls. Do you like her? Sela hesitates, just long enough for Niambe to feel it in the muscles of her neck. She's fine. I can play nice when I want to. And anyway, she knows a lot about Mami Wata and human medicine. She's studying to be an MD doctor. She prescribed me an herbal salve for shedding in cold weather. Niambe hums. So, the last 4 years, it's just been you? The only Mami Wata at the academy? Did the other sisters treat you well? A small silence. Sela folds a stray curl behind her ear. Of course they like me. Just not enough to see me. The sisters like Sela well enough, the way people like someone who's always there, but never fully there. No one disliked Sela. They just didn't remember to notice her. Not like Niambe. Niambe's hands soften instantly. Her whole touch becomes gentle, protective. Yeah. Sela reaches into her caftan pocket and pulls out a grungy leather journal, flipping to a marked page. Most of the Mami Wata are too afraid to come here now that Mom's gone. They don't feel safe with Delphine in power. But some still visit, seafaring traders from the coast, or those who ride in from the mountains on horseback and water trains to trade. How do you know that? I go to Portugal when Sister Vivian needs help. She won't drive at night with her cataracts. You added roses to the hair oil. It smells like Mama. Hair braiding is a beauty ritual Yamaya's parents never shared growing up. So she kept it sacred for her daughters every weekend, braiding their hair into Guada styles, adorned with cowrie shells, flowers, seaweed, and gold clips. Mama and Niambe would hum Guadanese songs while the chefs served fried shrimp, greens, red beans, and rice. A melody rises to Niambe's lips. Sela closes her eyes, breathing in the song, breathing in the past. When she finishes the last braid, Niambe reaches for the small jade mirror she brought from Kauri. She holds it up gently. A quiet beat. The waves hush themselves to listen. You look beautiful, just like Mom. Sela's breath catches, but she nods, swallowing whatever rises in her throat. Nyambe squeezes her shoulders. I cooked you dinner, but first, tarts. She hands Sela the gift basket and a lacquered box of tarts. Ronnie, ever the helper, coils around the glass chai cups and uses her tail to pour chai from the thermos. My favorite, Marionberry. Sela pops the candied Marionberry in her mouth, while Nyambe licks the chocolate ganache off the hazelnut tarts. Later, after the tarts and chai are gone, inside Sela's lighthouse, Nyambe reheats the home-cooked dinner. Sela's room is decorated with nautical themes, maps of foreign lands spread across the dining room table and pinned along the walls. A vanity with jewelry boxes and neatly pressed outfits from Asian and European countries hung on a rack. A flourishing window garden and old swords etched with the family crest. What happened to my gifts and your collections of gizmos and knickknacks? It's way smaller than I remembered. They're in storage. I'm a minimalist now. A cassette player hums softly, a woman's voice slipping between Arabic lyrics and a dusty guitar riff. Your room looks like Baba's office from his pirate days, Nyambe says, brushing a map edge with her thumb. I spent a long time getting it right. Sela lifts a shrimp, drops it into the red beans and rice, then tastes the solid. Wow, blackened fish, a cucumber salad, hot water cornbread, red beans and rice. You remembered. At the mat-covered table, Niambe whispers a quiet dua. Sela folds her hands and thanks. They place a napkin neatly on their laps and begin to eat. You cook like Baba. Niambe puts an extra serving of hot water cornbread on Sela's plate. I packed you extra meals for the week. You know, he was trained by world-famous chefs during his time as a pirate. I only remember the basics from watching him cook. In Kauri, the chefs cook, or we eat out. Anyway, I miss him and Mama. Do you think she's still out there? I don't know. Yambe's gaze drifts to the rain pelting the window. I feel her, sometimes, when I perform, or when I visit Baba. The great blue herons still visit me, Sela murmurs. They leave fish and trinkets. She opens her palm. This summer, they left these stones. Larimar set in copper glows in the light. Ronnie's eyes glint the same blue glassy hue. I've seen that before. Delphine's cane has that stone. Same shimmer, same markings. Sela inhales shakily. Mama's energy is in these stones. I can feel her. Not hear, but feel. It looks like one of her scales, Nyambe says.
I am back. Oh, the other thing, I was on YouTube earlier today as well, and I saw that the voice actor Riku was playing Kingdom Hearts. I was like, what? I didn't even know he played. Like, I figured he was young, right? But I didn't know he was like active online. He was on Twitch. He was streaming on Twitch and YouTube. I was like, okay, wow. I watched his stream a little bit as well. But it was pretty cool. He's pretty cool dude. I'm gonna sit here and watch this stream for a moment. Um, okay, I got my water, so I'm back. On the topic of things I would tell myself that I wish I'd known, advice I'd known, obstacles, lessons I've learned and overcame, and I talked about 4 of them already. I'm gonna try to maybe 4, 5 of them, see what I get. The other one I would say during those times was um, money, finances. They will get better with picking the right job for you that's in your interest, that's in your skill set, that is what you're capable of doing. And it doesn't have to be something that other people that you know do, because that doesn't mean anything, especially if they're not the type of people that are satisfied, they have job satisfaction, and that means different things to different people, which is why I started, you know, in college, 2019. I started my company, Groundswell Studios Incorporated, because I took the entrepreneurship class And I was like, okay, I'm not going to be a doctor, but I don't have support that I need. And I'm quickly turning 30, and I quickly wanted, a quick solution. Or rather, I just wanted to feel like I had made a good choice. And so I had my mentors, my faculty mentor, my peer mentor, all the staff that I had made friends with, and all stuff that I learned from. And it was a good choice for me, and that's why I went forward with it. So family doesn't know everything. Family might like to brainwash you and trick you and gaslight you, or all these big words for control, all these big fancy words, buzzwords for control. They sort of control you. But if you're an adult, you don't have to be controlled by anybody. You control yourself. And so that's another thing I'd say. Like, making that choice was a step away from control from family members that didn't like what I was doing, that thought I was a terrible human being, that cursed me out, that lied about me, all the typical stuff, all the typical things that happen in families that like to control. Um, Eventually my parents came around to me doing what I do right now because I am earning money from it, and I'm becoming self sufficient, and I'm becoming well known in my communities, and I'm becoming, consistent with it, and I'm day by day, year by year, doing better and doing my best. And yeah, even if they didn't come around to it, I would still do it. I would still do what I'm doing now. I would never stop because I don't care. Like, I care about myself way more than what like family members think, what parents think. I just do. I think I always have, even when I was like at the height of being a people pleaser. I still was like, okay, this is my life, right? So like, I'm gonna do whatever I want. And so even if I'm scared, even if I don't really understand what I'm doing, and even if I don't really understand all the things I'm doing, um, I'm still gonna try because that's my right to try new stuff and do new stuff. And people don't like that. Parents don't like it. If you know people that you're close to, they unless they're like also the type of people to do that, people generally don't like it. And so it just took time really that I was closer to come around, but I was already doing my thing. I was already getting awards. I was already being spotlighted on like, community college websites, and I was already getting my life together. So I didn't really care at that point. Um, it's looking really cool. This is looking. I almost thought I was gonna get rid of this, but I'm actually really liking this a lot. I really thought I was gonna get rid of this. I was like, no, I'm just gonna do preliminary. No, this preliminary is looking great. Um, so yeah, that's what I would tell my best self. Keep going. Keep going. Keep being considered a misfit. Keep being considered problematic or whatever by people that are close to you that don't care enough about you, but they also don't want to know about what you're doing. They just don't like that you're different, doing your own thing. Um, well, that's number 5. Number 6. I guess I have a couple. I mean, it's been 5 years, right? The advice I wish I had earlier was join organizations like service-based organizations as soon as you possibly can. Completely bypass anything related to business organizations or anything that's not a service-based organization, because people that are in service-based organizations like Rotary are a very special group of people, and I fit in there way better than in like a chamber of commerce or a business, whatever. I don't even know what it's called. Some kind of like um, incubator or something. I don't fit in there. I like to have fun. I already work very hard and I already do a lot. I don't want to spend every waking moment working. I want to spend my time relaxing, having fun, socializing, yapping with the ladies, stuff that I never got to do growing up because I was just very responsible for some people at a young age, that I never had time to just relax and chill. I had to do a lot of other stuff. So now, as an adult, Rotary for me or any other like kind of service organization similar to Rotary, but I'm in Rotary, is like the perfect size for me. It is such a wonderful organization. There's such great people. Um, it's just really cool what kind of stuff that we do, and it's international. So I haven't even gone to the other countries yet. I haven't even gone to other states yet. I'm just starting out my whole life to figure it out. You know what I mean? But that's what I would tell myself. Completely ignore other people's opinions and join Rotary sooner. I would put myself that, or Rota Grand, or Rota whatever the young for one for the younger kids. I would put myself to join that like ASAP, because there's people that do well and do good for themselves, and there's not about people that have money. There's like look at life so differently. They're not in a rush. They have time. They have options. They buy their time. They are decisive. They're discerning. They are picky. They don't have time to waste because their time is very valuable. And so they're not desperate for you. If they like you enough, you're there. If they don't like you, you don't have to be there, whether you're a service organization or not. Rich people are just different, and that's something that I learned now with Rotary and over the years with the kind of friends that I have now. But I would definitely say being in environments like that at a younger age would have definitely helped me to feel more feminine, to be more in receiving mode, and to have more better boundaries and better standards. Because the women in Rotary they don't take nobody's shit. They don't take nobody's shit, because they were probably kind of the first women to join Rotary because they didn't allow women to join until the 70s. So like they know what it's like to deal with problems. And these are women that are different from me in every way. But we're all women, so we have that in common. That we don't take crap from people. We have that in common. So like it was just really fun to see how these women are just they're all so cool. Like genuinely, they're all a little different, but we're all like misfits in a way. And I definitely feel very like appreciative of being in the group that I'm in now, because I learned so much from all of them. I call them my aunts. I'm like, all right, aunties, let's go. But like I genuinely feel like very grateful to have so much access to so much like wisdom and knowledge and information about so many different things. It's really cool. So number 7, I say the lesson I learned was to keep going. My ideas are for misfits, you know. Like I'm talking about like contractual marriage, age gap marriages, talking about a goddess that marries a human. The characters are Muslim and others aren't. You know, um, I talk about women being mothers that actually like to be mothers, and then I have women that are all types of different things, lesbians and straight, and those that don't want relationships, those that date multiple men at the same time, and so date one man at a time. You know, marriages in my stories are all about beneficial, being super beneficial to the women only, extremely beneficial to the women, and so that's a different take than the romance stuff where it's like, he blinked at me. It's like, what? He ate food across the table from me. Like, nobody, what? But I don't really write. If I do write scenes like that, it's to like frame the moment. And all my romance is like provision. Like in my mind, Ozandi is probably the most romantic character in the story. And we haven't even seen the other types of guys that Niambe didn't date, but he's like the most romantic character thus far because he provides, he protects, he gets shit done, he's efficient, he's old, he's boring, he plays solitaire. Like, what more do you want? And I like breaking that kind of thing because in real life, like age gaps are way more common than people in America like to think. And it's only in the West because it's just propaganda and brainwashing. Because it's a fantasy and it keeps girls coming back for the Hallmark life. They want the Hallmark thing. I was on I was watching uh Shira Seven's channel and was like she had a comment that was like from one of her viewers and it was like, do you or C drama Kairos like real? And I was like, this poor girl is in Pick Me Hard. And she's obviously like gone through a lot of problems and challenges in her life, so she's using fiction to cope. But her question was, I thought it was like kind of sad a little bit, her question, because it wasn't like a simple question. It was like a cry for help. But then she was like, no, that's all fiction. It's just about fantasy and keep hope alive. So even if that girl was maybe my age at the time, because I was like 27 5 years ago, I would have been like, ooh, I want to know the answer to that question. And so that's why I make the dramas what I do. Because I know people are going to bid my stuff. I know my stuff is good. I have the awards to prove it. I have the titles to prove it. My stuff is good. But I want it to be something that you get out of the house and go explore the world and go meet people and go live your life and not be stuck. And the only way you're stuck is if you choose to stay there and if you're going to the wrong people for advice. People that envy you, people that are jealous of you, people that hate you, they will give you the wrong advice every day of the week because they don't want to see you win. They do not want to see you win. They would rather see you stuck and in the same place next year that those people can control you. But if you make better friends and better relationships, you can bypass all that. Beneficial friends, beneficial relationships, beneficial connection. It all has to benefit you. Otherwise, it's a complete waste of your time. And that is not harsh. Your time is very valuable. My time is very valuable. That's why I get on here and live stream my art process because I could just sit here and doodle, but I could get paid. I can monetize my channel. I can promote my grading cards. So somebody a year from now who comes across my channel can be like, "Oh, I want to go to Bold Coffee and Books in Portland and buy your cards." I'll be like, "All right, good to me." I think I'm gonna try something here. Like in the future, when I do more UGC stuff, and I get more sponsors for like TikTok and stuff, and then I can wear my wigs and I can wear the outfits and stuff, and it'll look super cool, and I get paid for that too. So that's how valuable my time is. If I'm not getting paid to be online, I literally don't even spend time online like doom scrolling. Like I'll watch dramas just so I can get information and study them. Like that's what I do. Like I'm obsessed with what I do. That's why I play like pickleball, or I go rucking, or I play golf. Stuff that I have to be physically present for. Because I don't have a social life beyond like on social media. I don't. It's the social media is business for me. That's it, and that's why I'm. That's why I am where I am. That's what I do. I know there's like shorter content I could do on Instagram, but that's why I have my reels. I follow a couple of like sales based influencers. I'm not gonna say the name because they're not politically correct, but neither am I. In a lot of ways, uh, my views are not super whatever, but they're my views. And they're not about being right or wrong. They're about being mine. And so, she's super cool. She's super active, but she's like selling like a lifestyle. And I'm like, does anybody really want to like look at my lifestyle, like how I draw or like what I do in a day? So I'm gonna, I don't know. I might try a couple of those that I feel comfortable with. I think the one thing I like about my lifestyle is that it's very. I'm being more structured in this quarter for sure, because the weather and everything, and I want a more structured schedule because this is the weather that I'm just like, ew, I hate being outside, but I hate being inside. I need a different brush. Yeah. Yep. Mm, no, that's fine. Um, the number 7 would probably have to be, I think I mentioned number 7. Number 7 would probably have to be, it's totally fine to spend money on classes. It's fine to invest in your future self. Like I was gifted like $2,000. Like my father passed away, and I like left me like $2,000 as like inheritance, and I took that $2,000 and invested into my company. And now I've been able to work with different groups, different organizations, and grow. But because of that $2,000, that's why I was able to do that. And like that's all very important. Making decisions for your future self, even if you don't really understand fully, but as long as you know, you make the best choice is what you got. I think that's more important than trying to make a perfect choice. I'd rather just make a choice and then go from there instead of thinking like, oh, it has to be perfect. Because there's no perfect choice. You do what you can. That's why I like poker. That's why I like games of chance, because you are literally dealing with the cards that you're dealt. It is too dark to me, and I almost want it to be something not to want to be like this stuff. You're given the cards that you're dealt, and that's it. Like there's no other way to go about it. Like that's the only way you can get out and move on. And so I think about that, how I invested in personal development, like writing, physical health, mental health, how I invested in um, business, marketing, copywriting, sales, all those things. Do they all help me now? Yes and no. Some of them do, yes. Others I just completely don't use anymore because it wasn't what I needed now. But was it a waste of time? No, because I wouldn't have had that information otherwise. And yeah, people are like, oh, you can Google it. If I could Google it, I would have. But if there's a person that's an expert or knows something more than I do and I have the money for it, I will spend it. I 100% will spend it. I have no problem doing it at all. I love that kind of stuff. Like I want to learn. I want to win. Hello? What's the fastest way to win? Hire an expert. Hire an expert. Hire somebody that can teach you to do the thing that you can't do. That is the fastest way to win. That is the fastest way to win. And that's why when people meet me and I say what I do, it's like, wow, like you're so accomplished for your age. Like you're so young. I'm like, because I invested into myself. Like, wow, like you got so far so quickly. It's like, what else? Like, what? Thank you. But yeah, you gotta be obsessed with your thing. And it's like that spills over into other parts of life, and it just makes for a better um oh my god, it looks so nice. A little too strong with it. I'm gonna use a little bit of color balance. Just a little. I'm gonna use gradient map just so I can see if there's anything of interest here. I almost feel like I kind of did everything that would be what I wanted, but just in case, I do think that's very pretty. Mocha's too light. I want something in between breeze and mocha. So I think I'm gonna go in here and kind of mess around. Okay, that looks good. So I'm gonna go in with this gradient map and I'm gonna try to test out some different colors. I just want to see if layering in different like blend modes makes a difference, or if it's something stupid. Like you don't really know until you try. And also, I don't really know what color I had before, so I guess now it's a good time to overlay. Hard light looks sick. That looks good. Hard light looks good. Vivid light. Pin light. Pin light's too light. I intended. Hard mix is too weird. Great. Okay. So now I'm gonna, other than that part, I'm gonna do it one more time, but this time I'm going to just make sure that it's a like a noise, a little noise. And then some Gaussian blur. But honestly, I'm gonna add Gaussian blur. Yeah, that looks good. I'm also going to get rid of the liner because I don't want it any longer. So that's why I made it a little lighter. But now I'm going to do Niambe's details, and then I'm going to go in and have her details be like the main line. So, what was I saying before? I forgot. Oh, investing in yourself. That's number 7. Invest in your future self. It's totally fine to do that. It's very important to do so, and doing so will get you further ahead than most people because everyone has an excuse or reason to not invest. And so if I took that time to do that in the past, then it was definitely worth it now. Number 8 would have to be um, learning about psychology. And while that presented some challenges because of overthinking, it helped me understand my thinking patterns way more. And it helped me to put what was happening, like separate myself from what was happening in my day to day life, different challenges, um, different issues. Um, it helped me level up mentally way faster. And so that's why people think that I'm older, but because I spent a lot of time um, learning psychology. And I think if you, I think I'm going to use like a darker shadow. Maybe like something. It's good, but it's like not dark enough. Still not dark enough for some reason. Where is it? I'm not quite sure why it's. Yeah, if you can do that, then you can get ahead of most people. Like it's so easy to win nowadays, but most people to this day people still don't with North. And that even includes relaxing. That includes chilling. That includes spending how what you like. That includes like doing fun activities. It doesn't mean working on that because my mom's like that. She's a workaholic. She works for herself, but she works all the time. And it's only recently that she has learned to chill and to not work so hard. And I was like, I don't want to live a life like that where I have to work hard all the time, even when I'm supposed to be relaxing. So that kind of stuff isn't good for you either. That kind of stuff messes up your relationships, it messes up friendships. It's just like, if that's what you want to do, that's one thing. But if like you have commitments to other people or like relationships or other stuff, that can get in the way of those things. And I'm like, my mom's a great mom, so I'm not saying like she's not a good mom. What I'm saying is like there's a time and place for work. There's a time and place for for doing stuff. And it's important to separate that time and place. If you're just yourself, you're not constantly checking your phone, so that you're not constantly, distracted. These kids with their phones, these kids with their phones. Who would have thought it's our parents that are the ones that are attached to the phones? So yeah, number 8 would have to be make time to relax. There are times when you have to be on as a business owner, yes. What I do for my brand, the kind of stuff that I make, the kind of content that I create. When I network, I have to be on. But there are times that I don't have to be on. And when I don't have to be on, I will not be on. Whoops. I don't know how that. And when I say like, when we pick out like women, we have to think about, oh, what am I going to give up? There's women that have it all, man. There's women that have it all. You just gotta ask her what she did. Ask her what she did, have it all, and you can have it too. Being a woman doesn't have to sacrifice, things to have a lifestyle that you want. You just need to be smart. How to get what you want. I'm a big advocate for that. Huge. So many women go to school, get degrees, but then they don't know how to have a lifestyle that they want. It's crazy to me. I'll never understand that. Okay. This looks good to me so far. Number 9. I don't even know. I'm like getting tired just thinking, hee hee. I don't think I have a 9th one. I feel like I'm repeating myself a little bit, but that's all I can really think of, honestly. I think it would also be to just keep being hygienic, continue to be hygienic, especially now that COVID happened. Shit. Definitely be hygienic. Definitely prioritize hygiene. Prioritize cleanliness. Prioritize those hand sanitizers. Prioritize those Purell. Not Lysol. Maybe invest in Lysol. I told myself to do that. I want to make shinies for the hair now. I'm trying to think of how that would work. Excuse me. My God. No, I think I know what number 10 would be. Number 10 would be to don't trust people too easy until you really know who you're dealing with, especially friends, especially acquaintances, and especially people that you might go and do business with or whatever. And don't believe people when they tell you that paying in equity is good. Like being paid in equity is not good. Being paid in equity is a red flag. So I'm glad I dodged the problem there by not being paid in equity. Um, a lot of nonprofits fail, and the last thing I'm going to do is not get paid. Tell you that. Last thing I do is not get paid. I could make the shinies with the classic library. I just want some refraction, but in the water. I wasn't sure how to do that. Ooh. Okay, what the? Hello? What? That looks great. Wow. It like looks exactly like, like a weird environment. What is this on? Okay. Okay. No. It's glitter. That's what I want, glitter. So to make this a pretty shoujo mother-daughter moment. Is that what I want? Is that what this needs? I think it does. I think that's exactly what this needs. I think I just need a cute mother-daughter shoujo moment. Okay. There's not I don't need a lot of shininess here. You know what I mean? Like this isn't supposed to be super shiny. It's supposed to feel like I don't know. It's not supposed to be super shiny. If anything, there should be some translucency, but I don't know how to achieve that right at this second. So I'm going to try to figure it out here. No, it's the wrong color. Okay, I think vivid is the right one. I think it's vivid with like. Right, like, because the mom is supposed to be like. What's the word? Oh, no. Make a new vivid layer. And then you put it under here. The mom is supposed to be like this goddess. She's Yamaya, you know. She is the Mami Wata of the Pacific. She's supposed to be this very beautiful being, this very beautiful woman that they give offerings to, and it's too late. You know, that she's worshipped, and the daughters aren't. At this point in the story, yet, because of the propaganda that the aunt creates to make the humans think that they're terrible human beings, they're terrible Mami Wata. And what she's saying about them isn't untrue. Like, they can be tricksters, they can be deceptive, they do lure fishermen, you know, but better than that, it just makes them different. And I'm, you know, see if I can get a gradient map on this. Okay, that's it to me. So now what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to duplicate it because I want there to be like this thing in between. I'll show you. I want areas in between to have this, like, what is it called? Occlusion? There's a term. This, like, kind of, so it still looks like a little watery. I want it to have that kind of a shadow. But it's super light. You can't really see it. And the point isn't to draw attention to it. It's just to, you know, keep her looking super ethereal. Y'all, I did not think that this was going to go this hard. Like, I was totally prepared to scrap this and start over. But I think everything is coming together with this one. That's very encouraging. Alright, I'm taking a break from my list here. I feel like the top 10 was good enough. Top 10 for 5 years isn't too bad. I do want to see if I could grab this color, make it a little bluer, and just try to go over these lines a little bit. Yes, that looks good. Okay. And the purpose behind this piece is just to show that, you know, the Mami Wata live on despite the chaos happening in Cascadia, despite the ignorance of the humans, like they still live on. And Yamaya being the ocean now proves that they'll continue to live on and persevere and persist in the face of adversity because it's just in their nature. They're just very perseverant people. They're very perseverant creatures. I mean, to be mermaids that live in a winter climate is pretty crazy. In the hills and the mountains, the Pacific Northwest. Some of them come from Africa and different parts of Africa, but these ones in particular come from here. I don't think I really want to do anything else over there. I think that looks good. I think I just need to remove the lines and we're kind of done. I think the last thing I would like to do would be to add, I don't know what this would be called exactly, but some kind of like, I love Arcane, guys. I fucking love Arcane. Some kind of like weird, like splattery brush effect or something that's like, I don't know. Something like grungy, but like not super grungy. Maybe I need a burst. That's what I need. Let's try to get something dark. Like a burst or something. I don't know. Just something to kind of like, and I think even making it something light too, and maybe killing the opacity a little bit. So it's like, oh wow, okay, like and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do anything else with Niambe's face or not, which looks super plain, but I feel like that's fine, right? Like maybe I need to go in with like the brush here for their hand thing. that's kind of what I want to do. I don't really want to have anything else. The fever one, I think, is a good snake tail color. Niambe has silver in the tail as well, so I'm trying to think of some silvery qualities. Like a darker silver. That looks good for her. Newsprint. Yeah, I use all types of these like weird textured brushes. I think they all look good. Less is more for sure. Like when in doubt, put less because it can overwhelm me. The point is to just add texture. Yeah, this is on that. This is on that I put. I think I would like to do one other thing, which is to go in with that red and make her crown sparkle because as it stands, it's not very sparkly. And I think that's what's making me confused because she's usually very sparkly, but she's not, and she has no pearls or diamonds, and that was a thing that's missing here too. Again, this is supposed to be like a tender, light-hearted moment with the mom, so it might not need all that fancy stuff, but okay, we're gonna just do that. This is the lightest thing here, and that's not good because it looks off. There shouldn't be that light of something right here. It's throwing me off. And I need a third, I need like a occlusion shadow. So some kind of warmth. It's too light, it's too warm. Chill it a little bit, and then a little warmth. Because it just really want to show that she's human too. She's not just only one, she's also human. Okay. I just want to go back in with that. Oh, sorry. I don't know how long that was out for. Oh my gosh. I should have checked the stream. My bad. I'm gonna put the red here because I think the red looks better than. The other thing with this story is that the Mami Wata turned into snakes. So the way Ronnie looks is basically how Niambe looks in that form. And they just have different names because it was just kind of weird to just say, oh, the snake or the serpent. Like, it was kind of weird for me. I wanted it to feel special. And so that's why they have the little serpents with them. Sela has it, Niambe has it. I think that's it, Dave. I think we're good. Okay, so that's it. This is the coloring page. Um, that's what I think looks done anyway. I'm sure there's something else I could do to make it look more atmospheric. And maybe add more like deep shadows or something. In fact, I might do that in a moment. I will. I'll go when I get off stream. I will. I will do that. But that's kind of it for tonight. My gosh, this vertical layout sucks. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so that's what I did for tonight. And let's put it up to you. What it looks like. And that's kind of it. I yapped a bit, jawed a bit, I colored a bit, and that's kind of it for tonight. So I'll see you guys again maybe tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow. Other than that, thanks so much. And if you haven't checked out Song of Wata, please do. It is the entire first act is on YouTube, so feel free to check it out. You can also grab this month's coloring page, is what I just colored, on my school community called Nakia Shade and All Dramas. And you can also grab my greeting cards at Bold Coffee and Books in Portland, Oregon. And the giveaway is still happening, so you have until the 17th. It's simple. Follow me on all my socials and join tier 2 of my school community. That's pretty much it. You could receive one of four people, or 4 people will be picked to receive one of these awesome greeting cards. And the last thing is be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. If you just joined me at the end of the live stream, I'm Nakia Shade. I'm a nationally award-winning author artist working on becoming a best-selling nationally award-winning author artist. Um, I've worked with Dark Horse Comics. I work with different organizations to create youth and family and pretty much um, marketing collateral that is for diverse audiences that connects with people from diverse backgrounds. And I'm like a contractor, a creative contractor. So that's kind of what I do. Um, what was the other thing? Oh, yeah. Thanks so much for being here and hope you enjoy the VOD and have a peaceful rest of your weekend. And may Parveen be your guiding star. All right, thank you.